Hey there, friends. Welcome back to Mindful Art Space. Today we're creating something simple and deeply healing. An art piece about letting go of control and learning to trust the process. Before we begin, I want you to know that this video is sped up, so please take your time. Don't rush. Your creative pace is sacred. This isn't about finishing a perfect piece. It's about how you feel as you create. You can use any medium you have, maybe tempera paint sticks, watercolor, or colored pencils. I'll be using tempera paint sticks today and black acrylic pens and gel pens to bring gentle outlines and flow. But truly, what matters most is your intention, to release the need to control and simply allow. So take a deep breath in and let it go. Let your shoulders drop, your jaw unclench, your breath slow. We're here to create art that helps us find calm and reconnect with peace. As we begin, let's soften into the moment. Take another slow breath, in through your nose and out through your mouth. Let your hand begin to move gently across the page. No plans, no sketches, just shapes, lines, whatever you want. The goal today is to let go of needing to know how the final piece will look. Maybe your brush strokes feel uneven. Maybe your lines don't connect perfectly. That's okay. In fact, that's part of the message. Because sometimes the more we try to control every little thing, our art, our emotions, our lives, the more anxious and constricted we feel. But when we loosen that grip, something shifts. Flow begins to return. So allow this piece to be your reminder. You are safe to let go. There was a time in my life when control felt like my safety net. If I could just plan enough, prepare enough, perfect enough, then maybe everything would turn out okay. But what I didn't realize was that trying to control every outcome was actually a form of fear. I wasn't seeking peace. I was trying to prevent pain. I remember sitting at my desk one night, trying to finish a piece that just wasn't working. The colors clashed, the shapes didn't make sense, and I could feel the tension building in my chest. My inner critic was loud. "You're wasting your time. This doesn't look right. You should start over." But something in me whispered, "Just stop trying." So I did. I put down my pen, turned off the light, and walked away. The next morning, I looked at that same messy page, and suddenly, it wasn't ugly. It was raw and alive. The imperfections told a story. The uneven lines carried energy. That's when it clicked for me. Control doesn't create beauty. Surrender does. And that's what I want this art session to remind you of today. Each stroke you make, each time you resist the urge to fix or plan, you're retraining your nervous system to trust. You're reminding your body that it's safe to flow, safe to release, safe to be imperfect. Psychologists often say that the need for control is rooted in anxiety and fear of uncertainty. When we feel unsafe, our minds try to manage every detail. We overthink. We plan excessively. We try to predict outcomes that can't be predicted. But this constant vigilance keeps the body in stress mode. Tight shoulders, shallow breath, racing thoughts. It's exhausting. Art therapy studies show that unstructured creative activity, doodling, painting abstract shapes, or using free-form color helps calm the amygdala, the part of the brain that detects threat. When we loosen our control over the outcome, our brain receives the message, it's okay to relax. That's why mindful art can be so powerful for emotional healing and stress relief. It gives your nervous system a chance to exhale. And spiritually, letting go of control is also a key principle of manifestation and the law of attraction. We often hear, ask, believe, receive. But the part we struggle with most is allowing. You can't allow what's meant for you to flow in if you're clenching onto the past or trying to force what isn't aligned. Control comes from fear. Trust comes from faith. And this practice, this quiet moment with your art, is your bridge between the two. So as you continue drawing or painting, ask yourself gently, where in my life am I trying too hard to control the outcome? Where can I soften my grip? Let your answers flow onto the page through color, movement, and emotion. Over time, I've learned that letting go isn't about giving up. It's about making space. When I stopped needing every detail to go according to plan, I started noticing synchronicities, little signs from the universe guiding me towards something better. Letting go of control taught me to trust timing, divine timing. It taught me to believe that what's meant for me won't pass me by. The truth is, control feels safe because it gives us the illusion of certainty. But certainty isn't peace, it's rigidity. And rigidity blocks creativity, intuition, and manifestation. Every time I allow my art to unfold naturally, I'm reminded that beauty comes from flow, not from force. And that lesson ripples into my life. I find myself reacting less, trusting more, and returning to calm more quickly when life feels uncertain. It's not that anxiety disappears, it's that I know how to meet it now, with breath and awareness instead of panic. That's the real gift of creative healing. It mirrors back the emotional patterns that keep us stuck and gives us a way to transform them gently through movement, color, and presence. In spirituality, control often represents a lack of trust in the divine. When we try to manage everything ourselves, we block the natural flow of energy and guidance that wants to come through. The law of attraction reminds us that we attract not from effort, but from vibration. And our vibration rises when we are calm, grateful, and aligned, not when we're forcing outcomes. So as you continue creating, let each movement be a prayer of surrender. Say silently, I trust that I am supported. I trust that things are unfolding in perfect timing. I don't need to control everything to be safe. Let those affirmations guide your strokes. Let the colors blend naturally without overthinking. Let mistakes become texture. Remember, you are co-creating with the universe. Every time you release control, you open the door for miracles to enter. You become a channel for healing, beauty, and ease. And maybe, just maybe, That's what true manifestation looks like. Not pushing harder, but allowing more. As you finish your piece, take a moment to pause and look at what you've created. Notice how the imperfections add life. Notice how the unexpected details create movement. This is what happens when you let go, when you trust the process. Today's art wasn't about mastering a technique. It was about remembering that you already carry peace within you. You just have to stop controlling long enough to feel it. Take a final deep breath in and exhale fully. You did beautifully. If this session brought you a sense of calm or clarity, I'd love for you to share in the comments what this experience reminded you of. And if you're new here, welcome. We create art that heals. You can subscribe and paint with me every day as we explore mindfulness, emotional healing, and creative self-care through simple, accessible art. Until next time, take your time with your art. Let it be your sanctuary, your reminder that you don't need to control the outcome to create something meaningful. And if no one's told you today, I love you, and I'm so happy you're here. Let's keep creating art that heals. Bye for now.